the project Cybersecurity with Minecraft. Lesson number 4 for 4th, 6th grade pupils, use of social networks. The digital space is now an inseparable part of our everyday lives. Here we communicate, share impressions, look for information, and have fun. Yet it is also an environment where challenges lurk. Misconduct, excessive openness, or ill-considered decisions can have consequences not only in the virtual world, but in the real one as well. This topic is especially relevant for young people who use social networks every day. Every post, photo, or comment becomes part of our digital identity. That's why it is increasingly important to learn to think through what and why we share, how we communicate, and how we protect ourselves from potential dangers. In the lesson, we will look at how our behavior online is connected to respect for others and responsibility for our choices. This is not just a personal matter. The virtual community we take part in depends on our actions. Therefore, we will talk about common rules that help create a safe and friendly space for everyone. This lesson is designed as a journey with guideposts. First, we will get acquainted with the specifics of sharing. Then we will examine privacy settings and their significance. And finally, we will discuss how to respond to risky or unpleasant situations. Each part will invite not only completing tasks, but also pausing for reflection, which we can later discuss together. Most importantly, this journey is not about finding a single correct answer. It is about understanding that our choices online are not accidental. They shape both our personal and our communal environment. Therefore, at the end of the lesson, reflection will become an opportunity to tie everything together and find guidelines that help us be not only active, but also responsible participants online. This topic is relevant to students because their daily lives are closely tied to the digital space, social networks, messages, and various communities. Responsible behavior online helps avoid misunderstandings, protects privacy, and shapes a mature digital identity. In addition, students gain skills that will be needed not only today, but in the future. In schools, this topic is important as a way to help develop students' awareness. It provides an opportunity to recognize risks that students sometimes don't even consider. Lesson discussions also become an opportunity to strengthen mutual connections. This can create a more open and safer learning environment both in the classroom and online. This topic invites us to pause and look at our relationship with the digital space. It reminds us that every choice leaves a trace and shapes the environment in which we act. It is a chance to consider which directions we choose today and what consequences they may have tomorrow. At the end of the lesson, we can think about which situations online we observed today and how they reflect our everyday choices. It is worth discussing whether sharing certain information is always necessary, or whether it is sometimes better to keep it to ourselves. Such reflection helps identify the boundaries between safety and openness. This lesson invites you on a safe exploration. We'll see why it's worth sharing responsibly on social media. A teacher will guide us through the story. She'll set the goal of the exploration and remind us that curiosity always goes hand in hand with respect and privacy. As we travel through different spaces, we'll see communities and forums that we need to examine more closely and assess how safe it is to share information there. Another task focuses on exploring what privacy settings are and how best to use them personally. We'll visit a safety stop, where you'll get more information about this. Here, you'll have a chance to reflect on why it's important to first take care of your own safety in the digital space. This part helps connect theory with practice. Privacy settings aren't a mystery, but switches we control ourselves. This encourages us to consider how privacy settings contribute to our safety. You can share thoughts on which settings you use and whether they truly meet your needs. This conversation helps us understand that technological tools work only when we use them consciously. Later, we'll learn what to do if an online conversation causes anxiety or fear. We'll also pay attention to what kind of information people share on social networks and work through tasks. This topic encourages us to reflect on why it's not worth sharing everything online. We'll examine what it means to be responsible for our digital choices and how to build a friendly online community. All tasks are designed to be clear and accessible to everyone. If anything seems difficult, clear markers, brief explanations, and the teacher's advice will help. In this lesson, we focus on how our behavior online depends on our choices. You'll be able to discuss these choices with the teacher and friends, considering how they help create a safer digital environment. It's worth reflecting on how we act when we encounter unpleasant or suspicious situations online. This encourages discussion of which actions seem most effective and why. Such guidelines become a practical map that helps you feel more confident in the digital environment. The practical part encourages acquiring and maintaining everyday safety skills. Small actions turn into reliable habits over time. Classroom discussions and trials provide an opportunity to try out decisions in real situations and share experiences. The ultimate goal is for responsible behavior to become a natural choice, not just a one-off classroom activity. At the end of the lesson, the completed tasks are brought together and the key insights are highlighted. The discussion helps name which practices worked and which need adjustments, and to solidify class rules. In this way, reflection serves as a guide for further learning and decision-making. The project Cybersecurity with Minecraft. A sum of €50,525.18 has been allocated for the project's implementation, funded by the 2021 to 2027 European Union's Digital Europe Programme, €25.26259, and co-financed by the General Financing Funds of the Republic of Lithuania, €25.26259. The lesson package can be downloaded from the specified website.